Hey folks, welcome back to Midwest Long Range. Today, got some cool new stuff to show you. Don't go nowhere, we're going to get into it. Alright guys, welcome back. I know I kind of took a little time off, but sometimes you got to recharge the batteries. So, the cool thing is today we have a brand new chassis to show you. Yes, this is the MDT ACC ELITE. We're going to take a quick look at this thing. I do have my Voodoo sitting in it. I've kind of got this chassis intended for another build, but we'll get into that as we get a little further down the road with that. But I just couldn't let it sit. I had to come in, I had to get it set up, and I had to start playing with it. And it has not disappointed me at all whatsoever so far. So, in case you haven't noticed, you probably figured out that I'm an ACC fan. If you look at my logo, you know, right there, boom, ACC, just say it. My first precision rifle, true precision rifle build, was built on an ACC. Started off as like I think it was a Remington 700 and a 6mm Creed. I had some other stuff before that with like the XRS chassis, but the first time I took that leap into that next price point, right, was with an ACC. Now, I shot the Premier for a while, the ACC Premier. This is the ACC ELITE. Let's just get the names figured out. Shot it in some PRS matches, shot it in 22 matches, shot it in just playing around, goofing off, all that kind of good stuff. It was a great chassis. It had a lot of adjustment built into it. The ELITE just takes that one step further and refines it, right? Some of the shortcomings the Premier had. So one thing about the Premier is you had all these little thumb these tension screws and everything back here in the back where you had to go in and loosen all that up and move it around. Now everything's toolless. You don't have all these extra ones. It's just one. You can tighten it up and lock it into place, or loosen it up, and you can press the button and move both your length of pull and your comb. We also have this like stabilizer bar piece that goes from the grip to the buttstock. Is it needed? Is it not needed? They thought it was. I put it on there, so I don't know. It hasn't hindered or hurt me in any way, shape, or form being there. Some of the best, and I mean best, improvements from the Premier to the ELITE are the spacer system inside the magwell. Anybody who's run a Voodoo on an ACC knows exactly what I'm talking about. Very few of them operate perfect with the factory magazines. You end up having to do the Velcro trick, or there's tons of different ways to achieve that. With the ACC ELITE, you get these little white dowel spacers that have machined locations inside of the magwell where you can put those in and take some of the slack out of your magwell. With the L3i adjustable mag, and even some of the factory Voodoo mags I haven't installed those. So far, I've been very, very happy with just the overall tolerances inside there. Matter of fact, I tried to put them in with the L3i mag, and the L3i mag shoved them back out because it didn't need them. Now, the number one improvement on this, hear me out here, is the adjustable mag catch. Okay, that thing is a lifesaver. Now, of course, the L3i Zero Sucks mags are adjustable with the mag catch on those, but now I can set this to, say, my factory Voodoo mags, adjust my L3i mags to fit it as well, and then instead of 2 mags, now I've got a bunch of mags. So a lot of good things going on there. I'm not sure if the barricade stop on the front of this chassis is actually taller or not. I'd have to get my hands on another Premier and measure the two, but it seems to be really doing a good job. Now, we get to the fore end of this chassis. It has been beefed up considerably. I have noticed hardly any flex in this chassis whatsoever. You can just see it has a just significant amount more mass than what the Premier did. I've heard through the grapevine that maybe there was some flex in the Premier chassis. I don't think it hindered very many people because tons of guys have won tons of matches with that setup. But now, instead of the night vision bridge that had to go down to your M-lock slots, right, and that's kind of a pain to mess with, now they have drilled and tapped holes that run the top of this to where when they do release them, at the time I'm filming this, they were not released. But the new night vision bridge pieces will simply just, you can bolt them right down into the top of your fore end all the way. I mean, you can run full length if you want to, use them like a Mirage shield, which may come in pretty handy. Now, with my chassis, I do have it loaded with internal weights. I have one set of externals on the front, and yes, I am running the Baker wings on this setup. So with that, you know, we get the grip tape on the bottom, of the Baker wings. I have noticed a lot of stability. I've been running a tank trap and a cattle panel, just kind of some stages I have set up on my little home range here for practice. We're going to get out, we're going to do some of that. We're going to talk through this chassis as we do it and do some shooting. I'm going to throw the trigger cam on there so that we can check the stability and just the how much is the gun moving, how much is the gun sitting proper. Let's get into this, get her done. Here we are going to go to just the 1-inch flapper target, the one on the far right. You'll see it in the trigger cam, and begin. All right, the stability is looking really good so far. Really trying to work it into the bag here. I've got it pulled in on 32 power. Ooh, I missed it on wind. Oh, I missed it on wind again. Man, gotta show the good ones and the bad ones. I think I'm missing. There it is. I feel really stable with this setup. I didn't miss those because of the chassis or anything there. That's just me not seeing what I did wrong and making a correction. So that's a tank trap. Hopefully you guys can see in the trigger cam footage just how stable that is. Let's move over. I got a new barricade. Let's move over to a cattle panel stage. We'll move to a few rungs and see if, you know, with the tank trap we get this really square tip to shoot off of. Sometimes you have to shoot off the arms, what have you. But we'll move over here and see if that pipe makes it any more difficult or any easier. Get my hat turned around. Maybe the trigger cam won't get me this time. So here we go. Fourth one in from the left. We got our 10-second delay. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, engage. So up here on top, I ain't got nothing to brace against, so it's just me and the top of this here cattle panel. We'll go back and forth. Oh, I missed that one. Oh, I missed him again. Now, down here a little closer to a rung here. We're down in the mud. Whoa, trying to stay out of the mud. Trying to stay out of the mud. We'll go back up top. Using my Baker wings. There we go. I will say the balance of this rig, the Baker wings allow me to get a really nice kind of clamp to the bag, and just really trying to remember to steady my breathing, which I'm terrible at, and really just kind of load in the way I need to, but not enough that I mess up a gun that's pretty well balanced. The trigger cam's throwing it off a little bit, but it's working pretty good. So I think it passes the barricade test. We may try it one more time. See if we can get this here KYL rack at 90 yards off of cattle panel with a rear tripod support. All I'm doing is proving a point, is just how stable you can be by using these rear supports. So here we go, we got 90 seconds. Starting now. Uh-oh. I burn up a lot of my 90 seconds. Oh, trying to go too fast. There we go. Got 19 seconds left with a bumble. So, but obviously I didn't clean it. I dropped a few and just kind of had enough ammo to pick up and keep going. But just goes to show I didn't miss those because of the gun not being stable. I missed those off my wind call. That's all that was. Once I picked my wind call up, run right back down through there, all the way down to the 1/4 inch target. So far, I'm telling you, this ACC Elite is one bad mofo. So let's get it back in here on the bench. We'll take a look at it and wrap this deal up. All right, guys. So I really appreciate you hanging out with me today and taking a look at the ACC Elite chassis from MDT. I know my review style may be a little bit unconventional compared to some of the other guys out there, but I want to see how it holds, how it feels in a real life situation. The chassis performs right up there to my expectations and a little bit beyond. I'm really anxious to see some of the other add-ons, the night vision bridge, the gel pieces, to see how it kind of affects the feel and the use of the chassis. Maybe get some mirage down on if we do a centerfire rig in this setup at some point. But the Baker wings are feeling really good too. So again, 2 thumbs up on the ACC Elite. I'm really liking it so far, and can't thank those guys enough
for helping out the channel. So, guys, appreciate you watching. Stay safe, keep shooting. Come back and see me next time right here, Midwest Long Range.